What's up, people? This is KM.Little right here. We're gonna be watching my unplanned Home Depot retirement job from 401k to our 4K. If you like this video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and also make sure you go check out my Twitch. I be live every day. So let's go and get straight to the video.
Well, I'm here. We're here. Home Depot. Today I'm talking about something I avoided sharing, but knew it was an important part of my retirement story, and that is working into my 60s or into my retirement. And the fact that I work at Home Depot, or I work at Home Depot at 60 plus years of age, 66 to be exact. I started here, this Home Depot, 3.5 years ago. It's been a positive experience. I'm going to talk about that today and maybe give you some a story that might help you if you're looking for something to go, a company to work for. These types of companies are, I think, viable options. Let me be clear. This wasn't the plan. It was never the plan that I would work 20 some years, 30 years in my profession, whether it be teaching, and then I was going to go to work for Home Depot, collect Social Security and go to work for Home Depot. Not the plan. I think, to be honest, the avoidance of wanting to talk about working in retirement is a level of embarrassment, shame even, that here I am working at Home Depot. This is also an important a feeling that you must have ended up here, Phil, or I look at our people, they must have ended up where they are ultimately because they failed, to carry out a financial plan. They failed to be disciplined. They were irresponsible. Now, this video isn't going to be about that because I was not. I had a plan. I had financial knowledge, but that's a whole different story. Today, though, it's about where I have landed. It's about making the best of the way things have turned out. So this path of ended up working at Home Depot with my Social Security was not really a result of a bad decision, nor a number of bad decisions. It's a result of the way life has turned out.
I feel like it's a story for a lot of people. And I feel like it could probably be becoming a norm for a lot of people. Because a lot of people don't have like a structure. Like back then, everybody had a plan, going to college, having a 401k. And by the time you're 50 or 60, you can live life as maybe a millionaire. It depends on how much you invest, right? That was the plan. However, this is also the thing, right? Nowadays, people are graduating, getting degrees and stuff that's useless. Nowadays, the only thing you can bank on is really just the retirement, because you can barely pay your bills because everything is getting higher. It's not like you can go and buy like a trailer or buy like a mobile home for like 20,000-40,000 like back in the day, or a house, get a 2-story house for $200K like back in the day. Houses being worth $1 million for a 2-story house, and it just depends on the demand of the land in the house.
One way that every one person is going to fit into, because we've all had these different diverse paths to older age. It's going to look individualistic. It's going to look different for every person. And it does. Okay, I've said it. My name is Phil. I'm 66 years old. I'm retired, and I'm working at Home Depot. I've come to understand and accept and observe that this hasn't been a step down. It's not been a step backward. All of my teaching friends continue to work because they can't maintain a lifestyle they're used to having on their retirement. Corporate execs, I have a couple good friends that did through the corporate, got into high levels of management, CE, whatever, O's, P's, I's levels. And because they're worried about their money running out, they're going back to work. And it's interesting because their choices for work are usually the jobs that are low stress. It's more common than I thought. You know, at this point, this path allows me to work on my retirement plan, continue to work on my retirement plan. And it's an example of making the best of the way things have turned out. I just have this feeling that's how I felt when I realized I wasn't going to be able to quit work. What my plan, though, is to not have a career at Home Depot, but to use this as a transition. This is simply a
See, from what he's saying, if I can understand it from what he's saying, a lot of people, get into the retirement age, and then they just probably just start blowing through the money. If soon as you get your money from retirement and then you just blow it or something like that, guess what you think is gonna happen? You gonna start, because most people who get to retirement age, they go get a Corvette, they go get a nice car, they add on bills, and I'm not saying it's bad, but if you taking the money out, from 30 years, and then you just putting it into like your savings account, what else you think is gonna happen? So,
vision, a path forward. Forward to what? Well, forward to the new opportunities that we have in retirement if we've kept our health, to do some things that will supplement, maybe even offer an opportunity to financially live like we've never lived before even. I certainly have simplified life. That's been a very key component of it. I've had to deal with debt. And as you bring those things into control, I've found that is truly the key, the secret to enjoying this time in our life, the retirement years, in a non-traditional way. So in contemplating these ideas and talking to people, came up with this idea that, you know, our worth, how we feel about ourselves in retirement, does not represent a traditional retirement characterization, one that our value is not measured by whether we stopped working at a certain age, you know, whether we own assets, what kind of assets. It's measured by whether we're still living. And by that, I mean not just breathing, but that whether we are like, we're growing, we're living life, we're connecting, we're finding a meaning in our days. And that can look really rich if we continue to maintain hope and we continue to learn new things, especially with our technology that we have at our fingertips, and that we share these things with each other. So if you're a boomer and you're in a similar situation, or you have similar thoughts, trying to figure out what's next, know that there is no one way or right way or best way to do retirement. I guess what I'm trying to say is doing retirement is a way of finding or of being those people like boomers that get things done. Which reminds me, doers do get things done.
if you like this video right here, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I'm out. What's good, people? This is KM.Little right here. Thank you for watching this video. In this clip right here, I am showing you my different YouTube channels. They are in the link in the description. If you like this video, I'm pretty sure you will love my other channels. Also, thank you. Like, comment, subscribe, and we out.